So, thank you for inviting me, and I really enjoyed that meditation. In the brief time that we have, I want to share uh, what we call the recycling of trauma and how it leads to disease, both mental and physical, inflammation, and how it transmits through generations of time, intergenerational trauma. All trauma starts from fear and the separate mind. And as we know, fear is the opposite of love, and fear is the loneliness of separation and the feeling of estrangement. And fear leads to trauma. Trauma leads to anger. Anger leads to hostility. Hostility leads to vengeance, revenge. And if we have a conscience, that leads to some degree of guilt and shame. And the depletion of energy that occurs with all of the above is depression. And depression leads to the recycling of everything that I've just said. We have now science to show that trauma is transmitted generation after generation through epigenetic modulation and the expression of genes. So when we experience fear, anger, hostility, guilt, shame, and depression, epigenetically, that turns on switches that increase inflammation in the body. Inflammation and metabolic syndrome and diabetes and autoimmune illness and even mental illnesses like schizophrenia, bipolar depression, suicidal ideation are the recycling of trauma through generations to come and will affect what has happened now in the Middle East and what is happening elsewhere in Ukraine and Russia and many parts of the world. But right now, our attention is here, is going to affect future generations. And there is only one process that can bring about a healing that is permanent. Only peace can create safety. No matter who wins, who loses, if there's not an internal feeling of authentic safety that comes with peace, this recycling of trauma will affect generations to come. So, the only way to healing this trauma is through empathy, which means we feel the pain of everyone who's suffering. It doesn't matter what religion, what tribe, what ethnicity, but empathy is feeling viscerally in our hearts, in our guts, the suffering of others. Every child feels this, by the way. If you kick a dog or a cat in front of a child, a baby, it winces, it cries, because the innocence of our spirit sees no difference between me and the other. Empathy is very much needed right this moment. We have to feel the pain and the suffering in our hearts, in our guts, in our bodies. Empathy leads to compassion, which is the desire to alleviate suffering. And compassion leads to love. But love not just as a sentiment, love in action. Love without action is meaningless. Action without love is irrelevant. But if we all engage right now in love with action, action means we support each other, we heal each other, we stop judging each other, we stop judging ourselves, and we embrace each other in the entanglement of experience. Empathy, compassion, love, equanimity, and joy will only come when we transcend our illusion, which is that we are separate. Every scientific fact points to the fact that there is only one reality. It doesn't matter what you call it: Allah, Ein Sof, Brahman, Atman, the oversoul, or collective soul. There is only one reality. And the loss of that memory of that reality is what creates trauma and the recycling of trauma. So, this is a moment for us to collectively intend this deep longing for healing. Healing is the return of the memory of wholeness. Healing is the return of the memory of who we really are before we get overshadowed by the separate mind with all its beliefs and ideologies and interpretations which have come about through the ages, but which actually have overshadowed the original teaching in every religion and every spiritual tradition, which is transcendence, the emergence of Platonic truth like goodness, beauty, love, harmony, compassion, equanimity, joy, and ultimately fearlessness. It takes courage and fearlessness to be compassionate. It takes courage and fearlessness in this moment of crisis because no matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone says, those who are deeply hurt right now, those who are deeply affected on any side, will be enraged by any kind of philosophy or any kind of teaching. So, this is not a moment for preaching. This is a moment to go inward, go beyond the secret passages, the dark alleys, and the ghost filled attics of our separate mind to find that domain of awareness where everything is one, where love is not a mere sentiment, but the ultimate truth at the heart of creation. So I would like everyone this moment to feel divine presence in their heart. Please close your eyes and feel divine presence in your heart. And as you feel that divine presence in your heart, ask, who am I? Beyond my ethnicity, beyond my religion, beyond my culture, who am I? Is there a deeper self that has differentiated into this great diversity of richness that culture brings, that the world culture brings? Ask yourself, what do I want for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, for my country, for the world? What do I really deeply want? Ask yourself in this moment of hurt and anguish and anger, what is our calling? What is our collective calling? What is our calling? What is our purpose? What can we do to serve in this moment? Whatever answer comes to you is true, whatever answer. And finally, ask yourself, despite all that is happening in the world, despite the chaos, the turbulence, the anger, the hostility, the trauma, the inflammation, is there anything that we can be grateful for? And to me, the answer is we should be grateful that we exist. That we exist is the ultimate gratitude. And gratitude is the window to healing. Gratitude is the window to our soul. So, my friends, all of you are suffering. I'm not directly there with you right now, but I can feel the immense suffering of the world in this moment. And that is very necessary that we feel the suffering, that we do not deny it, and that we do not recycle it through trauma and through the recycling of vengeance and retribution. I will end now because I know this is a diverse program and there are many people who are going to share their insights into what we can do. But I will end by saying that the Chopra Foundation, the Chopra Foundation Institute, www.cfi.choprafoundation.org, is offering everyone the opportunity to be a peace facilitator, a peace ambassador, and become a leader that comes from the soul, a leader that looks and listens deeply with the heart, with the mind, with the body, with the soul, a leader who understands emotional intelligence, a leader who can expand their awareness through intuition, creativity, higher consciousness, and transcendence. A leader who is fearless enough to dream a world that is peaceful, sustainable, healthier, and joyful. A leader who is prepared to take love in action. A leader who understands that we have the responsibility to be the change we want to see in the world. And a leader that sees an opportunity for healing in the darkest of times. So God bless, and may God be with all of us this moment, no matter what name we give our gods. Thank you, and peace be with you.